everybody. So I've been kind of going back and forth a lot with myself about what I was going to do for this first video, what I was going to say. But I figure the best thing to do is just to kind of introduce myself, introduce my camper, and kind of what this channel is. So my name is April. I am in my early 20s. I am from northern Alberta, and basically I'm going to be sharing my camping adventures with you guys. Most of it is solo. I do have a dog. He's just sitting over there in that corner enjoying the sun. He does have a comfy bed. He just is choosing not to be in it. But yeah, so that's basically what it is. I do want to admit there probably is not the most professional of videos or channels you'll watch about camping and stuff. It's really just a way for me to kind of document and share what I'm doing. And there might be some other young girls out there, young people out there who want to get into camping, are a little nervous about it, especially the solo aspect of it. So I'm just kind of excited to share that. But yeah, so like I said, my name is April. I'm from northern Alberta, which, as you can see in the channel name, AB Northern. So that's Alberta Northern. And then Ruby is the name of my truck here behind me, which I will introduce you guys to and show you a bit more of the truck and the camper and give you an idea of that. So this is my first weekend out of the 2025 camping season. I'm very, very excited about it, very excited to share. I am currently at Saskatoon Island Provincial Park. So it's 15-20 minutes outside of Grand Prairie, Alberta. It's not far, but it's been very nice, very quiet. I got here yesterday. As I pulled up, it sounded like a thunderstorm was rolling in. So I didn't film any of me getting here, just me trying to get everything set up as quick as possible and get everything done and out of the way just in case it does rain. Never came until like late into the night when I was already in the camper asleep. Hear it, so it was really nice. But yeah, so a little bit more about me. I work a 9 to 5 office job, basically Monday to Friday. That being said, I do work in events and entertainment. So with that, when we have events, I do work some weekends or some late evenings. So I might not always get out every weekend for camping. So we'll see how consistent I am with this, but really it's just something fun for me to do and just share it with you guys. Okay, so I just wanted to kind of share a little bit more about why I love to camp, what camping is for me. I think a big thing is camping is different for everybody. Whether you're tenting in something like I have, you're in a big trailer, toy hauler, it doesn't really matter as long as you're doing what you want to do. Whether you're reserving a spot, first come, first serve, just wherever you go, camping is so different for everybody that there's not really a way you can just be like, oh, I'm camping, but they're not because it's different than mine. This is just my version of camping and what it looks like, and I'm really excited to kind of show you guys what that looks like. I'll admit I don't do the most exciting things all the time, but it's things that I enjoy, and that's kind of the point, I think. We have been camping for pretty much my whole life. I will admit it's always been in a trailer, which has been very nice, and I've been very fortunate with that. I remember young as a kid, we would pull it to different places like Jasper National Park. But lately, the past few years, we've had a seasonal spot. So we would pull our camper in, set it up on one weekend, and it was good to go for the whole summer. And then the past year, maybe a little bit more, I want to say 2 or 3. I don't 100% know. We've been out at my aunt and uncle's property that they have at the Wapiti Gardens, which again is not too far out of Grand Prairie. And that has been really nice. My grandparents pull a camper out as well. I'm sure one of these weekends I'll be out there and I'll get to show you guys a little bit about what that looks like. So I am very excited to show you guys that. But I got a truck, and it made me really want to get a camper with it. So Ruby is my truck behind me. It's a 2021 Ford F-150. It's a Lariat hybrid. The hybrid has been so nice because it comes with the Pro Power, and I'll show you guys a bit more about what that is and why I really like it. But ever since I got the truck in December of 2023, I want to say, so I've had it for just over a year. I really wanted the camper. And when I started looking, I will admit I was a little picky. I wanted a bathroom and a kitchen inside, and so it was looking like a small, like, pole trailer. My dad and I were looking at teardrop trailers, and then we kind of were on YouTube. He was mostly, and he found overlanding camping. And I've always kind of known a little bit about what it was, but really getting into these videos and watching what some of these people are doing was so cool to me, and I wanted it somehow, some way. But like, a lot of them have the Jeeps, which are maybe one day, but I have my truck. So it was kind of figuring out what I wanted within that. I looked at the rooftop tents, or the ones that you would put like in the box with a big metal. I looked at some of those. They were an option. I wasn't in love with it because, again, I have Marley, my dog, and while he's not a big dog, I didn't want to be lifting him in there all the time, and I just didn't love it, the idea of them. Then we just kept watching YouTube videos and trying to really get an idea of what I wanted. And then one day, my dad, who you're going to find out, I'll mention quite a lot throughout this video, he has been one of my biggest supporters and helpers with this whole camping situation. I could never have done anything without him. So I'm very grateful for him in that, and everybody who's helped me get along the way and the encouragement. But anyways, so he was on Facebook Marketplace and he found this one. So I'll show you guys a bit later in this video a little bit more about it. But that's Maxine. It is called the Box Tent. So they are Canadian made. They are from the late 90s, I believe. So it's like a box camper meets a tent camper. They just kind of took the two and merged it. And you guys will see that a bit more when we go inside and I show you a bit more about it. But it's super cool. It's fiberglass. It is not that high over my truck once it's closed, so I really like that fact about it. It is heavy, so I will say it is very, very heavy. But so this one, I want to say it was Vernon, BC. If I'm wrong, I'll correct myself. And I had spent the whole weekend going back and forth with myself about whether or not to get it. I had to take the loan from my parents to be able to pay it and pay it off, but I did. It's fully mine now. And one of the best decisions I've ever made to get it. So yeah, I spent the whole weekend back and forth, like, no, I don't want it, no, I don't want it. And then finally, I think it was like the end of the weekend, and I was like, you know what? Like, I need to get it. The amount of grief it's causing me not to have it, and all this back and forth, has been an obvious sign that I need it. I prayed a lot to the Lord about it because it is a big choice, and it's something you got to think about. So when I finally said, you know what, I need the camper, I'm willing to pay what he's asking, it was like a relief on my heart that knew he wanted it. There's Marley getting up a little bit. So my dad and my older brother took my truck all the way to Vernon, BC to get the camper for me. I am very, very grateful for them doing that. I had just started my job at the time, so I unfortunately wouldn't have been able to go. It wouldn't be fair to ask for that time off because it was during a weekday. I was a little nervous letting them take my truck, but they did. And I'm, very, very grateful for it. I'm just going to show you Marley. He's just out here digging a hole or something. Yeah, he's definitely digging a hole. I think he's trying to find a cool spot to lay down. Or just digging a hole. I don't know. He's not a hole digger. He hasn't got a lot of camping, so very interesting to see what he's doing. But anyways, yeah. So that's how I ended up with Maxine. I'm going to move us to the back of the truck here, and I'm going to kind of introduce you a bit more to the camper, show you a little bit about what it is, and I'll just stop rambling on about my life. So I'll take you back there. So this is my camper setup. Hopefully you guys can see me. The sun is shining right in my face. So as you can see, it's all contained in the box of the camper. It is super nice. So again, with my truck, I did have this built-in step. So this folds down and the step goes in. It makes it super easy to get up on the tailgate. The dog does not know how to do it, so I will admit I do have to lift him up to here. So even if I had gone with a typical overlanding tent, there's lifting either way. But so this is kind of how it looks. For the sake of this video, I'm going to put this away so I can show you and get really personal with what it is. You will see, so I have this RatPack drawer system. My dad and I built it together over last summer. It is very, very special to me because my dad and I built it together. And when I say we built it, I mean we built it from nothing to this. It is solid, it's heavy, and I love to share the fact that I built it with my dad. So let's get looking at that here. My RatPack, or my storage and kitchen unit. There was a YouTube video we watched that helped us really get a good idea of how to do this. I will try to find it and put it in the description below. But yeah, so I've got the two. It's about a foot tall, so it helps my camper get enough height to clear my tonneau cover stuff. Because admittedly, I was not taking it off. I didn't want to mess with it. I really wanted to be able to leave it in there. So, and just to help clear the bed of the rails here, because it is a little just not quite enough. But so we have this first drawer. These are locking. I already have them partly open, but we'll just pull it out here. I want to say they're about 6 feet in length. I can't remember 100%, but this is my kitchen. So this is a pot filler tap. I do have a water thing. The plan is to put it in there and have it come to this, because we'll pull this open. This is my sink, or just an extra cutting board. So this will pop down. Right now I just boil water, put soap in here, fill it up, and then I have a bucket that I put underneath and just drain it from here. That's very awesome. I'm just going to pop this back up. So yeah, it's super nice. Works just as like a cutting board. And that goes in there. So eventually, yeah, that's the goal, to get that water. This is my camp stove at the moment. So this is a classic green Coleman propane stove. It is my parents'. They've been letting me borrow it. I do have a Blackstone griddle, small one that I won. So we'll see how it's going to fit, what that looks like. But for now, it sits here. We did just put some rubber and metal here to kind of keep it all from slipping and just not burning. Behind that, I have this that opens. It's on piano hinges. And right now, I just keep my propane hoses, some extra little propane bottles in here. So that's in there. And then we've kind of got these two storage. So this is my everything bin. I've got extra parts, things I don't need on a regular grab basis, the dog's food, a towel. And then we have this, which I personally find very, very cool. So this just pops open just like that. So those are called coffee table hinges, and that's what gives it that lift. Eventually I should seal that. It just acts as another surface to have. It is not currently sealed. It's just, I think I'd have to ask my dad what it's made out of. I don't remember. But some kind of plywood. And then in here is where I keep my pots, pans. This is my cooking utensils, pot holders, cups. Just basic little kitchen supplies. I got this whole set at, I want to say, Home Hardware on sale. I've got some plates that are underneath there, the pan that needs to be scrubbed really good, my pot, and everything like that. So that's basically my kitchen. I'll back up to give you the full view of it. And then there's Marley, wondering where his son went. So there's that one. Okay, so I will admit this side's not as interesting, but again, it's got a lock, but it's already open, so just pull it open. I'll just open it part way. But this is like my garage, basically. So right now, it's just got not a lot in it, an extra chair. All of this stuff, like the table, not that chair, that one lives in the truck, but the tent and everything goes in here, and it lives in here. So the RatPack drawer system lives in my truck year round, even throughout the winter. Just gives it the weight my truck needs over winter, and any storage I need is in here. And yeah, so like I said, it just has a lock and you just push it shut. So this, yeah, it's made out of plywood and some very nice wood my dad had that I'm grateful I didn't have to buy. I've got some Duradeck on the top here just to protect it from this and weather, the metal L-bars, and then it is stained on the outside with some weatherproof stain. As you can see, it's a little dirty, but it's for camping. Now, like I mentioned, I do drive a hybrid, and with that I've got the Pro Power. So that's what this little box stuff back is in here. So it's got like just different outlet covers like you can see. It's basically like a generator, which is super, super helpful, and I really like it. So it's been really nice to have. I do have like a generator on the way. Those like a Jackery, but it's from Anchor. I'm super excited about it. But this is the camper from back here. I'm gonna take you guys inside and we'll get a little bit of a look at it. Alright, so welcome to my camper. I've affectionately named it Maxine, and the truck's name is Ruby. So if you know the show Max and Ruby, that's where the inspo has come from. But as you can see, there is a decent amount of space. So I'm 5'5". If you're 6 feet tall, I feel like you'd be just fine in here. But as you can see, it is like a tent. We've got poles, and then this that you just crank up. So these, it just goes up as you crank it. But yeah, there's not much to it in here. I'll turn you guys around and kind of give you a better view. And yeah, okay. So we'll start there. You can see Marley. So it is like a camper. It's about half door, about a camper. It'll shut. And then it's just the plastic that you zipper shut. The plastic doesn't have a curtain, so I have this beautiful thing that my mom got in Hawaii that I've been borrowing. Tension rod and some command hooks. And that's my curtain. It's been working very beautifully. But yeah, so right now I do just have chains. I am going to replace all the chains with cable because the chains can pinch the fabric and put holes in it, which I don't really love. We will get that fixed. But then you've got these two poles that connect to this one to the ceiling that help keep it open. So we've got one bed on this side. So this is where Marley sleeps, and then this is where my head goes. And then I do have a table. It's right in here. There is, you can kind of see a metal base that you can put, so this is more raised and you can use as a table. But I just put my cushion on it, and then I sleep across. And then you have this other bed. This is where I keep all my stuff, basically. Clothes, my bag of stuff to do. And it's basically just the same on this side. So as I'm sure you can kind of tell, there's some pockets where it just is open. Yeah. So we've got one, like, there's lots of windows, so I just have some open right now. It's been super, super nice. But yeah. So as you can see, I've got these metal, because how it works is when I'm ready to shut it, I put the curtains fabric all the way, and the beds here are just plywood. They fold into the middle here, and it shuts like that. I'll try to film that a bit tomorrow when I'm leaving. That's basically all it is. Yeah, if you come right out, give you another view. Turn around. Yeah, just like that. I do have these two storage pockets, and there's one down here as well, and just a carpet because I wanted one. But yeah, that's what it is. I keep a light right there. I have a little remote that I use. That's basically it. Okay, so now we're back outside again. You can kind of see the half door. I will show you. It's kind of really cool. So this is its serial number. We think, I don't actually know, but it's 007. If you know, you know, kind of fun. But I'll just take you underneath and give you an idea of what it looks like in here. So this is just the canvas. It just velcros right on just like that. And then I do have these straps that I strap on just crisscross onto the bed rails there, just to kind of keep it secure and extra safe, whether it's a placebo effect or it actually does anything, but it makes me feel better. That's just kind of all that it is. Okay, so just giving you a bit of a different view. This is my truck, Ruby. That's the camper Maxine, and that is Marley digging another hole. But yeah, so that's basically how it looks. This is a typical setup for me. I always set up the blue tent there. That's where I like to hang out, spend most of my time, as you guys will find out. I will admit, typically I put it behind my camper setup, but I tried it a little different this way. I really like it. Yeah, I'm going to take you guys back in there and we'll do some more chit-chatting and kind of go from there. But I will let you guys meet Marley. So this is Marley. He is a English Cocker Spaniel. He is my best friend in the whole wide world. He is very, very dirty, as you can tell. But yeah, so this is him. He's a very good dog. He's not the most social, which is I think why we bonded so well. But I think he's really been loving camping. Last night he did somehow sneak into my sleeping bag and slept like that the whole night. It was a little chilly. At least I'm going with that, and not that he heard any weird noises. But yeah, let's head back in there. Alright, hello everybody. It is my last day here. Slowly getting things packed up so I can head home. I just realized I never actually finished filming the end of my introduction video yesterday for you guys. But yeah, so far I've made breakfast, cleaned the dishes, and yeah, like I said, slowly getting things packed up. If you're interested in seeing what that actually looks like, you're going to have to stay tuned to see another video come out of how I do the dishes, how everything goes away. I find it actually really interesting to watch my camper go down. It's a little fun. Might not sound like your idea of fun, but it's definitely mine. Anyways, I just wanted to say thanks for watching. And yeah, so this is what camping basically looks like for me most of the time. It's just hanging out. It's the same setup pretty much everywhere I go. And that's about it. I will say yesterday it was pouring rain in the evening. I have some clips of that, so I'll share it with you. It was really interesting to experience. Some stuff is a little wet for sure now. We're just kind of hopefully getting it dry. If it's not fully dry when I put it away, I'll get home and I will reopen it up just to make sure nothing gets moldy or anything like that. This is basically it. I am super proud of everything. I love sharing and talking about it with people. I'm sure if you ever met me out camping, you'd see that, or just through these videos. I really do owe a huge thank you to my family who's helped support me with it, especially my dad. He's been the biggest supporter with it. Arguably, he might love my camper more than I do sometimes, but I really truly think without him, I never would have gotten to where I am. I would never have been able to build the drawer system or really just enjoy the camper like I get to. And I'm sure I don't show or tell him that enough, but Dad, I really do appreciate it. This for me, camping is meaning the world. It's so relaxing and honestly just a good way to connect with God, I think. You know, he made everything and he made the nature, and it's just such a beautiful way to connect with it. So as you can probably see, maybe it's very windy, so we'll see, but just the plans, yeah, to get everything packed up to get home. I don't want to be here too late. Again, it's not too far out of town, so that's really nice. I'm sure Marley's a little tired. He's just over there tuckered out for sure. But yeah, I'm gonna write in my little camping journal. So it's called the Camping Logbook. My mom got this for me in Jasper on my birthday. I haven't used it yet. I have been keeping it very, very out for me so I could remember it. It's so cool. So it's got like a page just detail with little notes, anything you can add. I have a little photo printer that I'm sure I'll show you guys in a video, so I can stick that on here. And every page is like that. I'm so excited to share it. For me, camping really is not always about the destination, but the journey is a big part of it. I will have a big video coming here in the end of the season, here in the fall. I have 2 weeks of holiday where the goal is to go all the way up and around Alberta, so stay tuned if not for anything for that video. I think it'll be really exciting. Yeah, I'm gonna just get to writing here, get to packing, and I will see you guys next time. This whole, I guess, I don't want to call it a series. The whole channel, the whole point is just, I'm a curious girl with an adventurous heart. And again, this is AB.NorthernRuby, April and Marley, and we will talk to you next time.